disruptors, innovators, get in here. We need to figure out a way to grow the church. And, remember those pet rocks, man? That was so cool. Who knew we were so relevant?
1-877-282-BEEP. 1-877-282-BEEP.
This is the very relevant Wretched Radio, courtesy of you, because you called 1-877-282-BEEP. You left contemporary issue voicemails, specifically church signs about Christmas, which makes us very relevant. Okay, not by the world standards, but by evangelicalism standards. We are so far ahead of the curve. Jimmy, just being a few weeks behind the actual event, we're elevation current, man. We're that contemporary.
We're trendsetters.
Because I'm telling you, the contemporary cool churches are almost always throwbacks to the big 80s concerts that they do on Sunday morning. They bring back parachute pants. I wouldn't be shocked if this hasn't been done already. Pet rock church. Okay. All right, team. Disruptors, innovators, get in here. We need to figure out a way to grow the church. And, remember those pet rocks, man? That was so cool. What could we do with pet rocks for a Sunday service? Yeah, go ahead. Stan, what do you got? Well, we could give everybody a pet rock. Well, hold on. That could be a little expensive. No, we'll just go out into a field and grab some and put them into a box. So it's pretty cheap. We'll give everybody a pet rock, and then we'll kick off the Sunday service with music from Kid Rock.
Oh, genius.
Sarah, you got something? Yeah. When it's all done and people are leaving, we give them all a little box, those little single-sized boxes of Fruity Pebbles. That's what we do. We got ourselves a rock service here with a Pebble theme. It's going to be brilliant and big, and the people are going to come. Don't be surprised if that hasn't already happened. 1-877-282-BEEP. Before we get to your relevant church sign voicemails, want to tell you about a phone call I just had. A buddy of mine was scratching his head about the insurance business. What to do, it's so expensive, and all of the different fine print that you're dealing with. I encouraged him to call Medishare. I didn't tell him, you've got to sign up for Medishare. Why? Because there isn't any sort of program that is perfect for everybody. Now, I believe Medishare is great for most bodies, but it might not be right for his particular family and his particular dynamic. So I said, call them, but brace yourself. It could get a little funky for you. Takes about 2 minutes to have a conversation with somebody about how much you would save every month, because Medishare Affordable Biblical Health Sharing, you save on average $500 a month now that I've got your attention. And they will also answer any questions you want. So they'll go for as long as hey, what about this? My child has that. We've got a pre-existing condition. Would this be covered? Ask those questions. They will happily answer them for you to see if it is right for you, like it is for 400,000 other Christians. But just be prepared. Chances are really high. At the very end, they might do something to kind of just jar you a little bit. They're going to pray for you. That's right. That's what happens with the Medishare. It's Christians bearing the health burdens of others by making sure that other Christians' bills get paid. You pay theirs, they pay yours, and you save on average $500 a month. So call 1-844-34-BIBLE, 1-844-34-BIBLE. And don't forget, as long as you've got your telephone active, call Beep Talk so we can be relevant.
Christmas church sign a long time ago in a Galilee far away.
Oh, no, not a Galilee. Does God have a sense of humor? Yes. Psalm 2. When men conspire, when kings think that they're going to kick God off of his throne, God laughs. Furthermore, I think we see examples. Now, granted, it is Jewish humor, which is a little different than the humor that we're used to. But you do see humor in the Bible. Go read, sorry about this, the NLT version of Ecclesiastes 12. It's kind of funny. It's not, because it describes how life devolves when you get old, which is why you should seek to glorify God in your youth while you still have energy. Your eyes work, you can hear stuff, and your grinders, your teeth, can chew food. So get on it. But it's poetically written, but it's somewhat humorously written. Jesus used a bit of humor. Now, again, it's Semitic humor. It doesn't come across like, ha, 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 funny. But God has a sense of humor, but not at his own expense, not making fun of himself, not diminishing his work. When you think about the birth of the baby in Bethlehem, that's a big event, wouldn't you say? I mean, it's the culmination of God's prearranged plan. Every single molecule that God was controlling, which is every single molecule before Jesus was born, he orchestrated all of it. And it wasn't just in Israel. The Medo-Persians, Babylons, whatever the empire was, the Egyptians, God was sovereignly orchestrating to bring it to just the right time. At this moment, Jesus would be born. And we're going to turn it into a really bad pun. Ooh.
I have a church sign my husband shared with me, and it is almost profane. It said, Jesus has a list, and he's checking it twice here at the Christmas season.
Yeah. Well, all right, we don't want to say that God doesn't have lists, because he does, but the whole point of Christmas is that he tears up the list. Our account gets destroyed, and it gets replaced with the account of Jesus Christ. Got to be careful with church sign theology.
Church sign, is God your steering wheel or your spare tire?
Is that where Carrie Underwood goes to church? I'm just curious, because I came dangerously close to saying that the other day. It came into my mind. I squashed it really fast, but it was in the context of simply submitting to God's will, letting him run the universe because he's going to do it anyway, and just letting the Lord rule your life. And it was at that moment I thought you need to let him take the wheel. And then when the segment was over, I sat in a corner, sucked my thumb, and cried. Please send your beep talks to 1-877-282-BEEP. Jesus has the wheel. That's the problem with that song. Jesus has the wheel of the universe, including your every molecule's got a wheel, and he's steering it. Our problem is we think we can do the steering, and we might actually do it better. We can't. So you've simply got a choice. You can either acknowledge what Jesus is doing, get into the passenger seat or even the back seat. My opinion about myself, I'm happy to be in the trunk. Let God do what he's going to do. You're called to faithfulness. He's driving the bus. I'm not sure if I mixed up our metaphors here, but I think you get the point.
This left kind of a bad taste in my mouth. Country road church signs. OMG, I heart you.
Yeah, those minced oaths. When I think about Ephesians 4, about 28 all the way through 5:4, it gives a laundry list of ways that Christians are supposed to be talking. No filthy word, no coarse gestures, no double entendres. We are not crude people. We should be semnos, dignified people. And I think a part of using our words rightly and considering how we can blaspheme God's name is using it in a diminished capacity so that we don't feel like we're blaspheming. That's what a minced oath is. And if you will notice, all of these expressions that we use and that the pagans use drives me bonkers. It's really clear what we're referring to. Okay, even if it's gosh, that's just a euphemism for God. See, I didn't say God and blaspheme. I said gosh. Actually, I think minced oaths do blaspheme. There's one in, I think it's Britain. I think it's Britain that uses the term, I'm just going to spell it because I find it a little difficult to say, Crikey. What is that? It's another way of saying Christ. Why would we do that? That's a minced oath. And so for the Christian, I think we should all be called up to a little bit higher, to have a little bit more reverence for the name of God. Jeez, you're being really uptight. Oops, that was another minced oath. What is G's short for? Jesus. Isn't it? Okay, this one I grant you, this might be a little too far. Holy smokes. Holy whatever. Wait, whoa. What does holiness have to do with you stubbing your toe or getting some shocking news? Let's just call our language up to esteem the name of the Lord, perhaps a little bit higher than OMG. Ooh. And until tomorrow, go serve your king. What you're watching is a snippet. If you would like to watch the entire episode, just visit wretched.org. Hey, I'm Todd. I'm going to be your Uber driver. What's your destination?
2054 Kemple Lane.
No. Your eternal destination. The liberals, they brought in Pelagianism. It's the old Sabellian heresy, denying the Trinitarian Godhead. 3 persons, 1 God, not to the Sabellians. No. They would say that it's actually just 1 God. Please, somebody!